Hey there, Johnny Bin Sports. And in this video, I think I just want to speak out, just how I feel. I just gotta, just the amazing turnaround that we've seen the last year, really. The last, year and a half, 2 years, whatever. Last year's free agency and just the culture and the players. And I really just want to speak on it. The great job, Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman has done. It kind of just started off shaky. I think a lot of people, you know, wanted the coach that ended up in Carolina, Matt Rule. We're here on special team and all this, and I kind of we're a little on edge. I think I'd have to say probably most of us just heard, this press conference began and was bought in, but you never know with a coach. It can just, a lot of them say that kind of stuff, cliche stuff, and the Joe Judge culture and mentality was made out to be a negative by a bunch of media pundits and just a countless amount of articles just spewing nonsense, criticizing every little thing, the labs and tennis balls, and so, some people were openly laughing at him. I can remember Rex Ryan on Get Up in the morning. What did he say? He said he acts like a tough guy. And he stinks, and this was before he even coached a single game. So, I heard over and over again how no free agents was going to want to come here because the practices would be too tough, and, Coach Judge is demanding. And then the whole media bullshit comes out, that, Judge acts like he's, smarter than everybody, him and Coach Graham, and, these are all real things, people would say and write. Well, how stupid does everybody look right now? I mean, right off the bat, James Bradbury, Blake Martinez, signed. Now this offseason, players are reaching out to the organization, to the Giants. I mean, Kenny Golladay and his agent, they saw us out. And, you could just tell that Judge gives, his players, in the leadership roles, the leeway to reach out, to free agents and openly recruit, and that's awesome. And he seems to actually listen to his players too, maybe who they think would fit into the culture here, into the system here. It's just amazing how things have come together in one season. It really is. It blows my mind, and it just, it just makes such a difference when you get the right coach, and and we got the right players here, just for this coaching staff. These guys seem to be really close, already in just a short time. And, the culture here just seems to self-perpetuate, when you got the perfect storm of coaches, that demand responsibility and hard work, and the players accept the challenge. And that's what I'm getting from hearing everybody talk. And they have bought in, which is amazing. When Coughlin was here, he came in hard ass. He never, I saw a thing he never created the leadership roles for the players. Not until the 2007 season when he was about to be fired, and Coughlin had to back off some and give some players, a piece of leadership, and it changed everything. And it seems like Judge has come in day one and has created a good balance in that department. He gives the leadership, and he lets the players have a say. And I just think he's ahead of his time. Maybe, I'd imagine most coaches coming in with a team that's so young, they would, maybe not give that much control. Maybe it wouldn't be so balanced. But on a side note, maybe the debacle of OBJ also made a difference here in a good way in the long run. Maybe it made Gettleman a little more cognizant of the player's character, that he's bringing into here. Really, maybe we can thank OBJ, for being such a dick and, messing up the locker room so bad. And it just seemed even by the time Coach Judge showed up here, Gettleman had done such a job of making sure there were high character guys, good character guys that, it just seemed like it was just a perfect fit all around, And, and then we, on top of that, we bring in Logan Ryan, who seems to have, he's had such a huge impact on everything, all the players, it feels almost like a middleman, it's you get him to buy in, and everybody bought in right along with it. It's been a huge impact, and for years here, we never had leadership, when Antrel Rolle left, it really left a void on the team. And if you ask me, like Landon Collins tried to take a leadership role, but it never felt natural with him. He was thin-skinned. He was constantly commenting on the stupid little things that had nothing to do with anything, for real. It's just years and years and years of lack of leadership. And it got so bad to the point to where even, I don't know if you guys remember, even Odell was trying to be a leader and take on the leadership role. Of course, it resulted in, him throwing Eli and the rest of the, team under the bus. So, at the time, a future leader, Dalvin, came out as a good leader, but, when Landon was here and OBJ, Dalvin was like a first-year player, second-year player, and it's hard to be a leader, when you're not one of the best players on the team, or, considered one of the best players on the team. Anyways, the team finally has leadership, and on both sides of the ball, it just seems like, especially the safeties, man, they've come in here and they've just taken over the team. So, somebody had to do it. And, and on top of that, you bring in Blake Martinez. He seems like it seems like on every level. I think, the big guys look up to Leonard Williams, you got a lot of people look up to Blake. It's just, I don't know if there's such a thing as having too much leadership on a team, but when you go from, 5-6 years of nothing to, having 4 or 5 leaders on your team, it's just, you see just such a difference. And, the point of this video is, just the culture is perfect on this team from top to bottom. It just feels like everything's running so smoothly. And, it's hard to know looking in from the outside, but it just seems like Gettleman and Judge were well together. The coaching staff is really close with each other. And the players seem to be close with each other too. So, I think the players from other teams have taken notice, to what's going on over here. And maybe the culture isn't for some players here, but, I'm comfortable saying, we don't need a bunch of, if a player ain't going to fit in this culture, they're probably an asshole. We don't need any more asshole players here anymore. I don't care how talented they are. We see the results of it. We're attracting players that want to come in here and work hard, and be a part of this thing over here, And you can laugh at what I'm saying on this video, what I'm saying right now, and say hey, Giants were 6-10 last season. But I'm telling you, I got my finger on the pulse of this team. I know the fan base. I think a lot of us feel this change that's happening right now. And, obviously you're always going to have a portion of the fan base that are negative and want to fire everyone and cut all the players after a bad year or two. And, there's nothing you can do to change that, change them people, And, they're probably not going to see eye to eye with me, but the fans that have kind of just sat here and just put your trust in Gettleman and Judge, and I think we can rest easy. I think we got our guys. I got this feeling like the losing we've been dealing with is over. At least not 4 years straight of starting 0-5, 0-10. I know we started off that way last year. I just think that was unfortunate events, but I just think that's done. I don't, we can actually take a deep breath and just enjoy competitive football. I don't think we need to worry about any of these players doing something stupid and getting in trouble. And I think a big piece of the puzzle is here. It's here right now, and it's the head coach. We got that. I'm not sure how long Gettleman is going to be here. I'm sure he's going to retire in the next few years, and I think most of us Giants fans see it, and I think the ownership, the ownership sees it, and I think Coach Judge is going to be here for a long time. And also, on a side note, I think Coach Judge is much more of a player's coach than he lets on. It seems like he puts family above all. There's a few situations where he was telling players they didn't have to play a game. Go to your family, go home. And I think, that's when you can connect with your players on a human level. That's where you can make real relationships, and you're gonna invest more if you feel like your coaches and players care about each other. You're gonna play harder. It just is what it is. Anyways, I'm just saying. I just want to come out and say, like, I'm done worrying. Just sitting here back here, little things like just about every little thing. I trust Coach Judge. I believe he'll get us to where we need to be, and I'm just gonna enjoy this season. No matter what happens, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it. I think the franchise is in good hands all around, and that's it. I'm pleased with the team. I'm impressed with the last year and a half, 2 years of what's happened to this team. The roster's transformed, and we're almost there. This has been amazing. This has been one hell of a ride to go from 2017 to now. One hell of a ride, man. And this YouTube trip I've been on is one hell of a ride. I appreciate everybody. Stay safe, like and subscribe. Peace.